Yeah, real quick about this Motomix here and the fuel quality or whatnot. Now, as you can see here, I've got a bunch of saws on the shelf. They're all sitting with probably about an eighth of a tank of Motomix in them. At any time, I can pull them off the shelf and fill them up with fuel and go cut wood. I am not a professional logger where I know I'm going to be able to buy 20 gallons of fuel and burn it all up in 1 month. For me, it's feast or famine. I may get a job, somebody may call me, a neighbor, friends and family, whatever. It may be 3 jobs in a day, or I may not get anything for 6 weeks. You know, especially now in this type of weather where it's cold and snowy, it just everything kind of comes to a standstill. There's still work being done, but it's not being done like it is in the spring and in the fall. So, from my point of view, having something that will store for 2 years or better is worth its weight in gold. In other words, if I didn't use this, I would have to drive to the store, gas station, mix the oil in with a gallon of gas, and do the job. And let's say it's just a small ash tree, just a little 16-inch tree. The guy wants it knocked down and he wants it cut up into firewood, because that's primarily what I do, or process firewood or sell firewood. You know, I go out there to the store, I mix it, I pay whatever, $8. I burn 1/8 or a quarter. Okay, and my saw is still has some fuel in it. The fuel is sitting in a tank, and I may not get a call for another couple weeks or a month. So what am I going to do? Am I going to chance it of leaving that fuel in there? No, I'm going to dump the fuel out, and that fuel that's in that can, if it doesn't get burned up, it's got to be discarded. Throw it in the truck or the lawnmower or whatever, but I'm not running it in my saws. The other thing is, you know, some people seem to be ignorant of the fact that, you know, the fuel quality varies between regions. And if you're in an area where you can buy fuel that's really pure fuel and is totally non-ethanol and works for you, God bless you. But that doesn't necessarily translate to here to New York State or Pennsylvania or some of these states. Okay? We have had independent tests on a gas pump, you know, with 10% ethanol, where it was upwards of 18%, 20% ethanol in the fuel. That will destroy your saw. There's no doubt about it. You run that kind of ethanol, you will destroy your saw. Plus the maintenance cost, plus everything else. So, yes, if you're a professional logger and you're burning, you know, 5-6 gallons of fuel a week, and you have a source of stable fuel that will allow you to run that saw for 1,000 hours, and it runs flawlessly for you, God bless you. We don't over here. We don't have that. That's why we run this. Everybody knows that this costs $32 and that mixed oil gas costs $8. Nobody is arguing that fact. And for you, that's fine. You do you. You do what you want to do. The other thing too is also the fumes from that pump gas, and there's a lot of nasty crap in there. And if you got a modified saw, you know, you're in there in the trenches cutting and you're breathing that stuff. I mean, that's up to you. If you don't think it bothers you or whatever, that's fine. I mean, if you want to smoke cigarettes and whatever, that's your choice. But myself personally, because my saws are modded, I want to use the freshest fuel and the best fuel I can, and this is what I use. And these other videos that these people are making, you know, about saving thousands of dollars in fuel and this and that. First of all, your fuel is only a small percentage of the cost of running that saw. you got your bar maintenance, you got your chain, you got your sprockets, you got your bar oil, you got all these different factors you have to throw in. So, if you want to be intellectually honest, you have to look at the whole gamut of the cost of ownership, which I have. I have everything figured down to a penny. And if I make, $100 in my pocket for using, $3.20 worth of fuel versus using 80 cents worth of fuel, but the flexibility of having this, allows me to store my stuff. I don't have to worry about any mechanical problems, carburetor shit gumming up. Then the extra $2.40, it doesn't bother me. Now for you, okay, I get it. Now I'm going to leave a couple links in the description because I don't have anything, videos where I've actually tested the fuel on camera here, live action. But there's a guy down in Pennsylvania, and he switched over to the VP. I'll leave the links there. You can look and see what's in that fuel. And it's not a matter of, if it's going to destroy your saw. You run that fuel, it will destroy your saw. No doubt about it.